All right, let's go to the 509 number. Here we go. Hold on, 1, 2, 3. Hello, you're on the air.
Hi, Robert.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, this is Judy Castro. I've talked to you on Facebook a few times.
Hey, Judy. Nice to hear your voice.
Yeah, good to talk to you. We have several Facebook friends in common.
Yeah, Judy Castro Derns, right?
That's it.
Yeah. So how are you doing, Judy?
I'm doing good. I'm living in PA now. Moved here from Washington State, and I'm still have a little bit of culture shock. Not used to all these people.
What is TA?
Hamburg. It's Eastern PA.
Oh, PA. PA, Hamburg. Oh, okay.
Pennsylvania. Yeah, Hamburg, PA.
So you were living in Washington State, and now you're living in Pennsylvania.
Yes, where the streets are narrow and there's millions of people.
So how do you like it?
I do. I like it a lot. It's very, very different from what I'm used to, but I'm getting used to it.
Well, cool. Now, was that something you wanted to do or had to do, or
It was kind of a want to, have to thing. A divorce and moving back here with my daughter and son-in-law. So, and I hadn't seen him in so long, so it's really great.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm in the right place.
That's that was gonna be kind of where I was going with this. Does it feel like the right place? And it sounds like it. So good for you.
Yep. No, I wanted to call in and get a mini reading.
All right. Well, okay, good. Well, why don't you give me your birthday, Judy?
Okay. It's 3/15/1949.
Okay. You know what I'm gonna do, Judy? Because there's not a lot of callers on the line. I'm gonna do a full natal chart for you, and then one of the things we'll look at your astrocartography for Pennsylvania. How's that sound?
That would be great.
Okay, so we'll throw a little learning in here as well. Hold on, let me do this. Let me find the.
I've never had a reading at all.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, well, okay, cool. Well, I promise I will be very gentle with your reading experience. Let me just find the right. Here we go. Let's go here. I have to. You have the same birthday as my mother, by the way. Different year, but same birthday.
Well, that is a good sign, right there.
I think so. Here we go. 15. That's the Ides of March, right?
The Ides of March, right.
And also, I believe it's Michelangelo's birthday.
Oh, I'm in good company. Your mom and Michelangelo.
1940, is that right?
No, 49.
What was it?
49.
49, sorry.
Come on, Robert, don't make me 10 years older than I am.
Okay, and what time were you born?
It was about 8:10 in the morning.
All right, close enough. Let's go with that. And where did that miracle take place?
It was Huntington, West Virginia.
Okay, let's see. Let's do this. Here we go. Huntington, West Virginia. West Virginia. Let's see. There it is. All right, and let's see what we got here. Here we go. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Okay, there you are. There's your chart. All right, so let's. Since this is your first reading, let's break down some basics for you. You are a Pisces sun, which you know, right, already. Everybody pretty much knows their sun sign. You are a Libra moon. Libra moon, 5 degrees, Libra moon, and then you are a right at the edge of Aries, so Aries rising, 28 degrees. So you're a Pisces, Aries, Libra, that combination, which is actually kind of an interesting combination. You know, you've got water with your sun, air with your moon, fire with your ascendant. That's a nice combination. It's got some balance. And you have Mars in Pisces conjunct your sun. Now, so you have a very wide 12th house. And your 12th house essentially takes up half of your 11th house and goes all the way to your ascendant. That's kind of most houses are really at the most 30 degrees. Your 12th house is, let's see, 5, 10, 15. So your 12th house is probably almost close to 40 degrees, maybe more. So yeah, you've got a big area, and technically, I mean, your Venus, if it was an equal house system, your Venus and Sun would be in the 11th house, but it's not, so they're in the 12th. Now, when you have planets in the 12th house, I've talked about the 12th house quite a bit on the show. It's one of the most difficult houses to kind of wrap your head around, sometimes as an astrologer and also as a somebody that has those planets, because it's the metaphor for the 12th house is like an ocean, a very deep ocean. And the planets in that house are submerged at the depth of that ocean, and the way that they act is not really very direct. It's more like waves. It's more like forces that emanate from deep within you. And there are times when people have a large amount of planets in the 12th house, especially if it's related to their sun, which yours is. It's hard for people sometimes to completely understand them and to see them and to know them, that they only get a picture at times, and not an incomplete one at that, of who they are. And also for the person that has those planets, they are kind of invested in some way to figure out like who they are, what their soul is, what their spirit is. I mean, there's a kind of a drive to understand how they relate to the cosmic big picture. And it's because they don't always fully feel as though they're all here. They have to go out and explore and tap into part of who they are, either spiritually or through some form of altered state, which is what we almost always link up with Pisces. Now, the good news is that your Sun and your Mars are conjunct, and they're within 1 degree. So, those two planets together are kind of a force. So you do have, even though your Sun and your Mars are in Pisces, which is a water sign, Mars is considered a fire planet, Sun is considered a fire planet, so we have fire and water coming together here, creates a lot of steam, a lot of kind of volcanic activity, so you have energy, you have drive, but it's not always in the same way that other people, like you would not be, in some ways, a nose to the grindstone person. That's just,
oh my heavens, no.
That's just not your energy at all, No. But once you got inspired about something, and once you really were interested in something, you could really put your soul into it, So you as a personality, you have to be moved. You have to be spiritually moved on some level in order to marshal your forces. Now, the other thing too is you've got your true node right at your ascendant, which is interesting because when you have Aries on the ascendant and the true node there, the true node is in the chart. It's kind of where we go to orient ourselves to the most successful aspect or degree in the chart that we can. So whatever house it's in or whatever angle it's on, the true node will have an important effect. So if you follow the true node like your true north, you will have more success in your life than if you went in the other direction, which would be the south node or some other house. So your true node is in Aries, and it's right in the ascendant. So in some ways, even though you've got these planets in the 12th house and early in your 12th house in Pisces, that Aries ascendant with the true node right on it gives you more force for your personality. So there's a vital quality with the true node with the Aries ascendant. So it's kind of nice to have in some ways, while you've got all these planets very close together in Pisces. There's a very artistic and creative element to those Piscean planets in the 12th house. Let's go around the chart a little bit here. You have Jupiter in the 10th house in Capricorn. And one of the things that is synonymous with Capricorn, Judy, is longevity and endurance. And wherever we see sort of Capricorn come up in the chart, it's almost like a cask of wine, of a nice quality oak that over time, begins to really age the wine nicely. That's kind of Capricorn. That's a poetic kind of rendition of Capricorn. So if you have planets in a house that's ruled by Capricorn, over time, that aspect seasons, and you can actually invest in that aspect in the middle to latter part years of your life. So for you, you've got Jupiter in Capricorn, and you've got it up in the 10th house, which to me signifies that if you want to, you have a lot of tread on your tire to do something and make your mark in this world. Still, with Jupiter in Capricorn. So wow. Your days of being retired or sort of pleasantly out of action, if you so choose, can I wouldn't say end, but you can certainly do something different if you want to with Jupiter and Capricorn. There's still with Jupiter and Capricorn, again, as you get older, a desire to be ambitious and to make your mark in the world, especially in the 10th house. Now, Pluto is in Capricorn right now, and it's at, I think it's at 5 degrees. So in the next 2.5 years, Pluto will approach your midheaven. And as it gets closer to your midheaven, it will signal in some ways a rebirth for you with this whole notion of a career or a vocation or something you really want to do. So, I'm not sure, what you've got going on in terms of your hobbies, your passions, your interests, but I would say that 2.5 to 3 years from now, there's a very good chance that you would invest in those in a way that becomes more than just something on the side. It actually will take on a life of its own and give you a really significant amount of purpose for a while, actually. So you've got a good second act, Judy, with Pluto up there. And just real quick, let's see what else that jumps out. Well, let's see. You've got Saturn in Virgo. You've just come through a Pluto-Saturn trine, which is good. When did you move, Judy?
A little over a year ago.
So that would have been the Pluto-Saturn trine, and Pluto again being in the 9th house, which is the house of far travel, right? I mean, it's like a journey. That's the 9th house, and the 5th house is the house of children. So here we go, Pluto trining. Do you have grandkids at all?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I'm a great grandmother, and we've got 4 generations living here in the house under the same roof right now.
Well, there you go. That also would be, Capricorn is legacy. So it would, that trines are very nice angles. So now you have the grace and the ease of that trine, giving you that Saturn in the 5th house experience. So that's good. I mean, that's actually a really good move. Let's look at your astrocartography, because that'll be fun. Let's see what we got here. Travel. Where are you? Travel. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Boom. Okay, so we're here, and